What is up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoy your time while you're here. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel and leave me something nice in the comments. Today I did this look. It's like a pink, shimmery cut crease kind of situation. All the products I use will be listed in the description. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want to see how I did this then keep watching. So I just did my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Ebony. And now I'm going to start with eyes. I don't think I'm going to put a concealer base down because I've really like hooded eyes and I feel like it just kind of goes cakey and like wrinkly, and then throughout the day, because my crease is really deep, it like settles in there and I'm not feeling that today, so I'm just going to go straight in with shadow, I think. So I'm going to be hopping between a couple different palettes today just to make your life easier, you know. So I'm going to start with the Carli bybel BH Cosmetics Deluxe Edition palette, and I'm going to take the lightest mauvey pinky kind of shade from right here. Am I in focus? I don't know. Good news, I'm in focus. Right, so as I was saying, I'm going to take that mauve shade, I don't know how mauve, I don't know, whatever, the pinky purpley shade from the Carli bybel palette, and I'm going to put that as my transition shade through my crease and pretty high up because we're going to do a lot of shades. The brush I used for that was the Sigma Taper Blending E40 brush, just a nice fluffy one. The next shade I'm going to take on the same brush is where is this from? Oh, a Colourpop single shadow in the shade Slim Fit. It's like really bright pinky orangey kind of colour. So I'm just going to do the exact same with that shade because I think this kind of is a bit purpley. Should have known, but yeah, it'll be fine. So I'm going to use that in the same place but maybe a tiny bit lower just to make it a bit more poppy pink, like bright pink. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I'm blending this with like a really light hand as well, like it's barely touching my eye. And the cut crease that I want to do later, I'm not going to wing it out, I'm going to keep it like just rounded, so I'm trying not to come too far out at the sides, but if I do it I can clean it up later. Now I always do this to check that there's an even amount of colour on each eye, or that it's kind of like the same intensity in the same places, so I like half shut my eyes and then tilt my head back and look into a mirror. So I have a mirror right here, and then you can kind of see like this one probably needs a bit more blending, a bit more fluffy on the edges, but this one needs some more colour here. So I just do that to tell where I need to put more colour so that they're even. Another tip for making it fluffier on the edges, like this one is blended well, this one not so good, so let's just look at this side, is if you hold it lower down the handle of the brush, if you hold it here then you're really close and it's going to be really intense, but if you hold it down at the end then it's really light and fluffy. The next pink that I'm going to use is probably the reason why I wanted to do this look. I got this palette from Sleek in Boots at Duty Free when I went on holiday. I know, I'm very excited to go to Greece and I buy British makeup from Boots, brilliant. But it is a Sleek iDivine palette. This is the Vintage Romance one. It's so pretty. So it's like all shimmers and all really bright, but then it has one brownie sort of matte transition shade. But this pink is like so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. I really love it. So that is the reason why I wanted to do this look. I'm going to take this Morphe M139 blending brush. It's kind of like goes to a point. Tapered, it's tapered, that's what that means. And I'm going to take that shade, which is called Honeymoon in Hollywood. And I'm going to put that through my crease and I'm going to try and keep it really in the crease. I'm going to fluff it up a little bit, but I'm going to go back in and do that with the last brush that we used, with the last pink that we used to blend it up, so I want it to be the deepest in the crease. And again I'm going to try and keep it rounded at the edge, outer edge of my eye, rather than go too far up, rather than going too far out, not up. That was not what I wanted. So as you can see, when I'm placing the colour down, I'm placing it with like controlled windshield wiper type motions. Then once most of it's down, I go along in small circles all the way along my crease just to fluff it out a bit so that it's not harsh. So you don't want one thick pink line through your crease, like what is happening right here. That's not what we want. Then once I feel like most of that colour's down, I'm going to take the Slim Fit Colourpop shade again with the last Sigma brush and fluff out the top half. Bottom half doesn't matter so much because we're going to be putting concealer down to cut the crease. I don't know what it is about the inner corner of this eye, but it never looks right. So I'm pretty happy with that pink now. I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer in the shade C3 and I'm going to cut the crease. So I just go along the bottom of my eyelid, like along the lash line, and then a little bit of the way up where I know I definitely want it, and then I look up and stamp it so that that is how high I know I need to go. So I cut both creases. I can't decide what to put on my lid. I was going to go with the Stila Magnificent Metals in shade Kitten Karma. So pretty. It's like pinky, silvery, goldy kind of colour. I'll show you. But yeah, it's just really pretty. But I think it might be too pink. If I was going out, I would definitely put this on right now. Be love of my life. But I think for today I'm just gonna do like a champagne-y kind of colour all over my lid. A mixture of Glistening and Fairy from the Soft Glam palette, and I'm actually going to use the brush from the palette and use the flat side rather than the fluffy side, and I'm just going to mix those two together and pack them all over the concealer. I really like how defined this is, but it definitely came out more golden than I expected. So we've had some major technical difficulties, but it's fine, we got it sorted out eventually. But so since the last clip you've seen, sorry if it's not in the exact same place, I tried. I then put on liquid liner. I used the NYX Epic Ink liner, and then I put on Ardell wispy lashes, but I trimmed them down a bit so that they're not so big. Now I'm going to put on the MAC Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash mascara. It's got two sections and I like this section, the bigger one that's like glittery. So I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to do my top and bottom lash. I'm going to do my top lashes, I'll do the bottom ones later. So I have finished the eyes for now. I'm going to go away and do my base makeup, and then I will come back and do things like blush and bronzer and highlight and stuff. So I will be back when I've done the base. So I finished my base makeup. I didn't actually end up using any foundation, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out, you know, the coverage and everything. So if you are interested in seeing my no foundation flawless skin routine, then do let me know in the comments. I might be hyping it up a bit, but I quite like how it turned out. I already did bronzer. I just used the, where's it gone? The Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in light to medium. But for blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Fiji Matte Bronzer Blush Duo. This is what it looks like. I'm going to take the blush, obviously, because I'm doing blush. And I'm just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks and swipe it back a bit. Still haven't found my perfect blush shade though, and people are like, oh, I'm a peachy blush kind of person, or pinky blush. Like, I haven't found my perfect one yet, so if you know any good blushes that you think would suit me, then leave those in the comments also. I'm using a new highlight. I'm not using the Carli bybel palette anymore. How exciting. So when I got the sleek eyeshadow palette that I used today, I also got a highlighting palette. This is Copperplate, which is quite fitting considering it's like copper coloured. It is like golden pinky sort of kind of shades. It's so pretty, I'm obsessed with it. But I feel like it's perfect for this golden pinky kind of look. So I'm going to take this one and this one at the top and mix them together. And I'm going to apply those pretty much everywhere. I'm going to do the tops of my cheeks. Oh, I'm using a Morphe M501 brush. So tops of my cheeks, my nose, inner corner, brow bone and cupid's bow. I'm losing everything. Okay, now to do the lower lash line, I'm going to take first the Colourpop Single Shadow Slim Fit on this Eco Tools double-ended brush. I'm going to take this fluffy kind of tapered side and apply this all over my lower lash line and smoke it out quite a lot. Brilliant. Because I have quite creasy under eyes and because we covered a lot of the pink up on top with the shimmer, I'm going to bring it down quite low to make it more obvious and to cover the creases. I'm so confused. What is this? When did it appear? Okay, we're all fixed. Next I'm going to take the Honeymoon in Hollywood shade from the Sleek palette and the Morphe M139 and put that on my lower lash line but closer to the lash line than the Colourpop shade. Next I'm going to use that same mascara but I'm going to take the thinner side and do my lower lashes. I think I just said lashes. Lower lashes. To finish everything off, I'm going to use a Colourpop lip gloss in the shade Aquarius. I got it because it's Ollie's astrological sign, but I ended up loving it. It's like a pinky nude, and I'm just going to apply this. Okay, so that is it for this look. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you learnt something. If you do recreate this look, then send me a picture on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, anything. That'll all be in the description. Shameless self-promo. But yeah, I had a lot of fun filming this, a lot of technical troubles filming this, but we got through it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel and leave me something nice in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh, also, if you noticed, at the start of this video is my new intro. Took a lot of inspiration from Olivia Jade's intro and Simply Nessa's intro. I really like them. And I had Ollie write me the music for it. Poor kid. I kept changing everything all the time. I was like, maybe we should just change this. Maybe we should make it a bit faster. So he soldiered through and I really appreciate what he did. So show Ollie some love for his music writing skills.